Hari Om children. Today's Sanskar session is based on the occasion of Divine Self-Realization Day of our revered Gurudev, SHRI ASHARAMJI BAPU. Revered Bapuji says, seeing Lord Shri Krishna, Lord Shri Ram and Lord Shiva in image forms is indeed a major accomplishment in itself, but very minor in front of attaining self-realization or attaining enlightenment. In Vaikunt or heaven, Jaya Vijaya had the privilege of witnessing Lord Narayan, but due to the absence of satsang, they were reborn and Hiranyakashipu, Shishupal and Dantavakra, and Ravan and Kumbhakarna. Until self-realization or oneness with the self is obtained, the cycle of birth and death continues. These 2 days of Ashwin Sud, this is my self-realization day, the holy state which every soul desires and strives to attain since millions of births. Without attaining this state, all efforts of life go in vain. One doesn't realize that they had been through in their previous lives of either as demigods, animals, or even human beings. Also, one doesn't realize the agony and torture they must have faced as humans in previous births. However, when the grace of Guru is received, and a final key to everlasting happiness and salvation is found, the joy of the self-realization for which the soul takes many births, Arjuna attained through the satsang and grace of Lord Shri Krishna, King Janak through Ashtavakar, and Asumal through Sant Shri Leelashaji Bapu's satsang and grace. And the same blessing of my Gurudev is reaching to all of us. Congratulations! Birthdays, wedding anniversary and death anniversary are celebrated by millions of people. But the self-realization day of Brahmagyani Mahapurush is one of the rarest occasions on earth. Those who experience the unity of the soul and the Supreme Soul. Just as Krishna is Krishna, Shiva is Shiva, and Ram is Ram, realize that I am the very form of the all-pervading, smaller than the atom, greater than the greatest Parabrahm Paramatma. Starting today's Sanskar session with the remembrance of Revered Gurudev. Now all the children will chant Om. Hari Children, now we will do TRATAK. TRATAK increases our concentration and memory power. story time. Children, it's story time now. Children, you must have heard the name of CHANGDEV Maharaj. He pushed back death 14 times with yoga and lived for 1400 years. He meditated and saw that Dhyaneshwar Maharaj would come to planet Earth. He would be a self-realized soul, and only by surrendering at his feet I would get self-realization. Sant Dhyaneshwar Maharaj did appear. When CHANGDEV ji came to know, he went to see Dhyaneshwar ji. He had so much of yogic power that he made a lion behave like a pet horse and he sat on it. He used a poisonous snake instead of a whip. After traveling with 1,000 disciples, he reached Alandi and sent the news to Dhyaneshwar Maharaj. He thought that Dhyaneshwar Maharaj would see how CHANGDEV is coming and he would stand up to welcome him. Dhyaneshwar ji understood that CHANGDEV still had the ego of yogic science. He has to get self-realized, but the pretense of I am also something is still present. Dhyaneshwar Maharaj ji was born with special abilities. He gave orders to the platform on which he was sitting and the platform started moving. Seeing this, CHANGDEV ji's intoxication subsided. I have managed to subdue the living beings, but his determination has subdued the dormant platform. Then he bowed a little and he said, I have come to you. I am begging for self-realization. Please help. Dhyaneshwar ji said, if you want to attain self-realization, then one head will have to be given as a fee. CHANGDEV ji was arrogant that he had 1,000 disciples. He called all his disciples and said, once I have attained self-realization, then I will grant self-realization to all of you. I just want one head now. Who is ready to cut off his head now? One by one, all the disciples fled. Hearing this, CHANGDEV ji's ego was completely shattered. He fell at the feet of Dhyaneshwar ji and said, Maharaj, I surrender my head. Dhyaneshwar ji said, I don't need this physical head of yours. I am a great yogi. I am 1400 years old. I have thousands of disciples. This ego is your head. Offer this. CHANGDEV ji became humble, and then Dhyaneshwar ji gave him satsang discourse. Muktabai preached Mahavakya to him, and he attained the position of Brahm. Despite being in the body, beyond the body, in spite of being in the sky, beyond the sky, beyond the infinite universe, due to the existence of oneself, the same non-dual experience, CHANGDEV ji got the knowledge of Brahm. You see, children, from this story we learn that no matter how much of yogic powers been attained, till the time you do not surrender your ego at the feet of Brahmagyani Sadguru, the spiritual practice is incomplete. The soul does not attain perfection. And now it's time for knowledge competition. You will be asked a question. There will be 4 options and you have to provide the correct answer within 10 seconds. The question is, who was the first disciple of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, who served him well and became his successor? The options are Guru Angad Dev, Guru Arjan Dev, Guru Tegh Bahadur, Guru Gobind Singh. The correct answer to the question will be revealed to you at the end of the session.
TRIKAL SANDHYA is a very important spiritual practice. You are protected from untimely accidents and individuals evil in nature stay away from you and your family. You become more independent, and you do not need to seek favors from others nor worry about your livelihood. Now tell me, who wants to remain physically and mentally strong and healthy? Well, when you do TRIKAL SANDHYA, your body remains healthy, the mind remains content, and you are released from karmic bondage. Those who perform this practice with faith become brilliant and illumined souls in their households. They are gifted and endowed with special abilities. Now, children, don't you want to be like that? The mind of individuals that engage in this practice does not get overwhelmed or bound by the world. And so, children, as you can see, there's a lot of benefits to doing TRIKAL SANDHYA. The capacity to receive divine blessings increases. And the good news is, the mind of a practitioner of TRIKAL SANDHYA makes good choices and gravitates less towards bad choices. Thus, good karma increases. There are also physical advantages. Your overall health improves, the heart and the lungs become pure. A powerful sense of devotion and love for God begins to manifest in the heart. Individuals that perform this practice elevate and expand their consciousness, plus their capacity to focus their energy in this world increases. Those who practice TRIKAL SANDHYA experience deep peace and contentment, love, and enjoy everywhere. They don't engage in immoral behavior, and if they err in judgment, it doesn't last long. The sins and hardships of countless lifetimes are consumed like fire consumes everything to ashes. By consistently doing this practice, you realize your purity at the core, and the innate wisdom of Brahma Vidya is awakened within.
Do's and don'ts. What to do and what not to do during Navratri. Children, this year Navratri falls from October 15th to October 24th. Do you know why we celebrate Navratri and what to do during this time? During the first 3 days of Navratri, we worship Mother Kali to chant and seek forgiveness for our dark deeds. In the next 3 days of Navratri, we worship Goddess Lakshmi to become deserving of prosperity. The last 3 days of Navratri are dedicated to the worship of Goddess Saraswati to attain wisdom and knowledge in our lives. During Navratri, students should perform the Saraswati Mantra recitation and meditate on Lord Surya Narayan. Offer Lord rice pudding, kheer, while chanting the Gayatri Mantra. Perform a havan by offering 21 or 51 oblations of kheer. Chant the Om Shri Om mantra during the Navratri days. For those facing financial difficulties, light a lamp at night and chant the following mantra. Om Shrim Hrim Klim Am Kamal Vasinye Swaha. These are some of the rituals and practices to follow during Navratri to seek blessings and divine grace.
Health tips. Navratri fasting. Children, Navratri comes every 6 months. Autumn Navratri comes before Ravana's slaughter, and in the second spring before Ram Navami. Both of these seasons are disease-causing. These days, if a person does not fast for Navratri, then he becomes a victim of serious diseases. In the 3rd chapter of Devi Bhagavad, it is written, by fasting during Navratri, chronic diseases and disease-causing particles of the body are destroyed. Sins are removed, our mind becomes happy, intellect and tolerance increases, and one gets rid of hellish births. If you cannot fast for 9 days, then fasting for the last 3 days still gives the fruits of Navratri. Homework. All the children will benefit from satsang at the ashram on Puja Bapuji's Self-Realization Day and will also study SHRI ASHARAMJI. Quiz. Get ready for the quiz. Why is self-realization such a significant achievement? Why did Emperor of Bilk leave his royal throne? When Ibrahim's saint arrived in the morning, what did the saint do? Each child will explain one benefit of performing TRIKAL Sandhya one by one. How is TRIKAL Sandhya performed? What should one do during Navratri? Why is self-realization considered the highest knowledge? Prayer time.
ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्माम् अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति.
O Lord, lead us from falsehood to truth, from darkness to light, and from mortality to immortality. Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. With this, today's Sanskar Kendra concludes. We will meet again next week with a new knowledge-enhancing topic. Until then, Hari Om!
The correct answer to the knowledge quiz is Guru Angad Dev.